Hi, we are here launching Black History Month with Hakim Adi, our special guest, who is going to be doing a presentation for us tonight. Hakim Adi.
Hi.
So, we just wanted to talk to you today to understand what inspired you to study history, African history in particular.
Oh, wow. That's a long story. How long have we got?
As much time as you need.
I I always loved history. From a very young age, I loved history. I loved reading about history from the age of 5 or 6 years old. But when I became a teenager, when I was about 13 or 14, I became more aware that the history I was reading wasn't about anyone who looked like me, it wasn't about African people in general. And so I began to investigate it for myself. And at that age, I decided that I wanted to be a school teacher and to teach this kind of history to kids so they wouldn't have to go through what I'd gone through.
Thing, yeah.
Yeah, so that's really where it started. So I then went to university, I studied African history, and then I came out of the university. I tried to train to be a teacher. I applied to all the teacher training colleges, but they all rejected me. And so it was a very long road, you can say, but eventually I went back to university again to study African history, do a PhD, and then, yeah, just everything just kept going. Just kept going and began to study things, began to speak about things, began to write various things, and here we are, 30, 40 years later, here we are.
Here we are. We are here again with Hakim Adi, and Hakim Adi is the first black professor of history, of African history here in the UK.
Not
So,
of African history, of history.
of history.
Any history, yeah.
The first black. So, mentioning that it's the first black is quite pivotal. It's a path make, it's a pioneering moment for him, for us with him here today. So, we are grateful that you are here.
My
Yeah.
great pleasure to be here.
Since it is Black History Month, just wanted to know, what does Black History mean to you, or Black History Month represent for you?
Well, in a way, it represents a problem. It's a kind of recognition that for the other 11 months of the year, the history that we celebrate in October is largely forgotten about. So in a way, it's problematic. Or I'd love there to be a time when we don't even need to have a Black History Month because the history is being told, it's being studied, it's being understood throughout the year, 365 days and so on. And for me, that's how I think about this history. Every day I'm talking about it, I'm reading about it, I'm writing about it, I'm speaking about it. And that's really how we'd like things to be. So it's always a kind of bittersweet month, you could say. But at least in this country, we have the longest month. Whereas in the US, they have February, which is the shortest month. So.
Yeah, which is true. Just pointing on that it is a month of celebration, but it's also a month of reflection, and that's what we wanted to talk about today, to celebrate Black history with Hakim Adi and other pivotal Black pioneers here in the UK, but to also reflect and talk about how much we need to do Black history throughout the whole year. So we are grateful again. Thank you so much for being here, for gracing us. We are excited to see your talk.